So I ran across this morning, and this wasn't even something that was on my radar. It might have been on your radar. Um, but this is definitely fascinating to me. So this guy named Ryan Wedding, he was a ex-Olympic snowboarder for Canada, as I recall. And he was arrested in Mexico by the FBI for being a drug kingpin, which is nuts. So let's see what this says. This is from Yahoo Sports, but there's a bunch of different outlets that have reported on this now. Former Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding, arrested in Mexico, an FBI announced on Friday. Wedding, 44, was on the FBI's 10 most wanted list for charges that included murder and money laundering. He's also accused of being the leader of the largest cocaine distribution operation in his native Canada. The FBI had announced in November it was increasing the reward for information leading to Wedding's arrest and or conviction from $10 million to $15 million. It's a crazy award for this guy. Plus, if he was an Olympic snowboarder, then he's got a little bit of fame, I would think. Shouldn't have been that hard to find him, but FBI Director Kash Patel posted on social media that Wedding was arrested in Mexico and will be transported back to the U.S. Quote, "This is a huge day for a safer North America and the world, and a message that those who break our laws and harm our citizens will be brought to justice." Wedding placed 24th in the parallel giant slalom as part of Team Canada during the 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake. The Department of Justice claims that since then, he built a criminal enterprise that worked with prominent Mexican cartels to move hundreds of kilograms of cocaine from Colombia into Mexico by boat or plane, and then into the U.S. and Canada via semi-trucks. Additionally, authorities allege that Wedding's group orchestrated the murder of 3 people, one of them a federal witness who was set to testify against Wedding before he was gunned down at the restaurant in Medellin, Colombia. Wedding allegedly found the witness by posting his picture to a website that has since been taken down. During a November news conference, Pam Bondi called Wedding one of the most prolific and violent drug trafficking organizers in the world, while Kash Patel described him as a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar. Bondi claimed over 2,000 kilos of cocaine have been seized over the course of the investigation, as well as numerous weapons, $3.2 million in crypto, and $13 million in other assets. Wedding also faces separate charges from a 2015 drug trafficking case in Canada. He'd been previously convicted in the U.S. of conspiracy to distribute cocaine and was sentenced to prison in 2010. If convicted on the murder, he faces a mandatory life without parole. So, again, this one, it kind of escaped me. I wasn't even aware this was a thing until I ran across this story this morning. And maybe I just don't have a big enough criminal mind, which is probably a good thing. But how do you go from snowboarder to drug kingpin? That's the biggest question that I have from this one. I mean, I suppose you could claim you're moving from powder to powder, haha, but I don't understand where the synergy is there, where the crossover is. It doesn't add up to me, because maybe I'm naive and maybe I'm wrong, but it feels to me like if you're going to rise to that level in that kind of crime, it feels to me like it's something that you would have more grown up around. You know what I mean? And been like trained in it. And maybe he was, and the snowboarding thing was just kind of a pastime that he got really good at. I don't know. Because, 2 things can be true at once. You can be a criminal and a good athlete. Like, we've never seen that before. Michael Vick, great quarterback, also loved to do bad things with dogs. So I suppose that's true. But I wouldn't suspect that growing up in Canada playing on the hills and the mountains with your snowboard suddenly leads to, when that career is over, you becoming a drug kingpin. Again, maybe I'm naive, but I don't remember growing up in Michigan and going out skiing and seeing a whole lot of drug trade up at like Boyne. I don't know. Lindsay, do you remember that? You grew up in that area. I don't recall it. But it's weird. Strikes me as weird. But I'm glad they got him. And hopefully he's brought to justice, because it sounds like they've got a pretty solid case there. Hey, thanks for watching this clip from TCF Overtime, the fourth hour of our daily live show where we discuss the happenings of the court that we saw during the day and other law news. If you like this video, please do leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Leave us a comment, let us know what you thought. You can join us live every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel.